Module 12, Photorealistic Training. I will take you through some visual tools to help improve your 3D drawings and show your clients a realistic representation of what their kitchen will look like. By spending an extra 5 to 10 minutes on the plan and adding in small details such as better appliances, decorative objects, lighting, and flooring, and then using the final photorealistic perspective option, which I'll show you later, you can turn your kitchen drawings from something like this to this. This drawing has had a couple of adjustments and already looks far better than your realistic drawing. By adding in nicer appliances, an imported tile image as your splashback, flooring and decorative objects such as vases, magazines, PowerPoints and stools, it helps the client visualize how the kitchen will look, but also show how functional the space is. Once you get the hang of things, you can produce rendered drawings such as these. This can be time consuming and we don't expect you to spend too much time on your rendered drawings, but these are just some examples that you can create using Kitchen Draw. 3D Warehouse is the world's largest and most popular site for downloading 3D models. You can achieve remarkable photorealistic images using objects from there. To import files into Kitchen Draw, you can find the 3D Warehouse icon on your toolbar, or if you go to Place and 3D Warehouse Object. You simply just type in what you're looking for. So you can scroll through as many pages as you want to find the image that you're after. Once you've found the image that you want, you may need to alter the dimensions, color, etc. to what you want. This can be time consuming, but the resources are there. So once you've found something that you like, you want to save it, click on the bottom right hand corner icon and click Save. And save it somewhere that you'll find easily, such as your desktop, and make sure that it's an SKP file and click Save. You can download the image directly into your Kitchen Draw file, however it does make the file large and will slow down the actual program. But if you did want to add one, just simply select the image and download. You are better off saving the image and importing the object, and then that way you can use the object again for another job. But just to show you how to import the image, we'll let it finish downloading. As you can see, it does take a while for it to import, and you'll get a pop-up screen that will allow you to adjust the dimensions, the colors, and the placing altitude. And then you simply just place it into the location that you want it to be. And then to check, just go to 3D perspective and adjust if you need to. We have created a new catalog called Oz Design Accessories with a selection of 3D objects we thought you could use to complete a room and help a client visualize an entire space. Again, if you have a good image, please email them to Jenny or myself and we can add it to this catalog. You should have access to the Oz Design Accessories document that has a library of images to help familiarize yourselves with the contents of the catalog. You do need access to this catalog, which you can find in this document, just here. Otherwise, please see your area manager or send me an email to either myself or Jenny and we can send you the link. So hopping back into Kitchen Draw, I'll just quickly show you a bit more about the Oz Design Accessories catalogue. We've separated them into different categories such as your chair and your stools, your cooking pots, electrical appliances, your food and wine, table settings, glassware, lighting, pots, wall decorations, other, which include people, cars, dogs, etc. Again, like your other catalogs, you can click on the item and you'll be able to see a preview of what the object is. And so if we were to add in a stool, click on the image and just drag into your floor plan, and then go to 3D to see what it looks like. If you're unhappy with the color of the stool, you could always click on the object, right click on the mouse to attributes, and you can change the color to whatever you like it to be. Click OK. We also found some other great catalogs for you to use, such as the Bosch Appliance Catalog, Constantino, Caesar Stone, and the Interior Decorating Catalog. All of these are mentioned in your Oz Design document and has the links for each. You will need to request the catalogs from the external kitchen drawer partners. As you can see, some of the catalogs are in another language. Unfortunately, we can't change it to be in English, and does make it a little bit tricky to navigate through the catalog to find what you want. But we want to give you all the tools and resources so you can adapt as much as you want to perfect your drawings. The Bosch catalog works the same way as the Oz Design catalog, so find the image that you like to add into the drawing, and you can adjust the dimensions to whatever you want it to be, and drag the image into the floor plan. You don't want the code showing, so to get rid of that, click on the image, right click on the mouse to attributes, and then untick mark, details, and build, then OK, and then simply move it into place. To draw in a benchtop in Constantino, I would select the catalog and we'll go with 40mm. I'm going to draw in the shape and follow the current benchtop. I would select the specific worktop shape, and you can adjust the image, the color, before you drop the benchtop in. Right click to attributes because we want to change the height. Should be on 870, and we'll have a look at it. We'll just delete the old benchtop, and you've got your Constantino benchtop. If you wanted to change the color, you simply just click on the benchtop piece, finishes, and we can adjust it to a different color. I'll just quickly show you the interior decorating catalog. So their library is quite extensive compared to the Oz Design catalog. It consists of furniture, everyday plants, kitchen decor, windows and lamps, etc. We've selected what we thought was relevant for you in the Oz Design catalog, and I only suggest using this if you can't find what you need in there, as going through this interior decorating catalog can be quite time consuming, but however, this is another decorating catalog that you can use. To add in floors, it's best to go into floor plan view, and using the shape tool, you can follow the area of the room, or you can just draw in a square. And then going into your decorations catalog and selecting floors and plane floor, and simply just drag the image into the plan and drop it in. If you look into the 3D view, you can see that the floor has been added. It is just a plain color at the moment. You can adjust it to another color or a texture, such as flooring, timber floors, tiles, etc. So if you select the shape, right click on the mouse to attributes, and then click modify, you can adjust the color of the plane shape, or if you go to texture, you'll see a variety of different finishes. So for example, I'll add in the timber floors, and you can adjust the color to what you need it to be, and then OK again, and you've got your timber floorboards. A good tile image is the 50 by 50 tiling, solid tiling. You can adjust to a different color. So now that we've added in your flooring, you can add in your splashback. So go into elevation view, simply draw in the shape again using the shape icon. And then using the constraints catalog, and go to plane shape. And before you drag the image in, I would change the height to be 20 so it's not as thick, and drag the image into the plan. So if you right click on the mouse to attributes and then modify, we can change the color of the splashback. So if you wanted a bronze mirror, you can change the texture to gloss lacquer, which will give you a nice finish when you do your photorealistic image. Or another good one is the mirror finish, which is under, if you go back into texture, perfect mirror, and then click OK. You can import images into your drawings, which can be really handy if the client has selected a particular tile or graphic that they want to use. Make sure that the image is saved as a JPEG or a TIFF, so it can open up in Kitchen Drawer. Go to File, Import, Image, and then select the tile that you want, or the image, and then Open. You want to keep it in proportion, so in this case I'll just adjust the height, and then click OK. And you simply just move the image into place. Now we'll just hide the old splashback. Now you can go File, Import, and import the image again, or you can simply just copy and paste the image and put it into place again. And because I want to keep the image in proportion, I don't want to adjust the image and stretch it. I would simply just paste another one and hide it behind the pantry. And if you go to 3D view, the client can get a better perspective of what their kitchen will look like with their tiles. We can quickly add some lighting into your drawings. So in order to do this, it's best to be in the floor plan view and go to your decoration catalog, and pull down the menu to lamps and select the halogen spot. You want to place it under the ceiling height, so it's probably roughly around 2500, and simply drag the image into place. And you can copy and paste the image, or you can go back to the preview and drag the image in. These halogen lights look really good under a wall cabinet, so I'll just quickly show you what they look like. Firstly, I'll just add in a wall cabinet. I'll do one on the other side. And instead of going through the catalog and finding it, you could simply just click on a lighting that you've already added into your plan and you use the lookup tool, and will take you directly there. So under the wall cabinets will probably be around 1300 high, and just drag the image in. If you go to 3D view, you can see where the lights have been placed. When you're using Photorealistic, which I'll show you in a second, these graphics will disappear. But for now, it's just an indication of where the light is showing. I've just opened up a drawing that's completed. That includes your floors, your tiled splashback that we've imported, better images of your appliances from the Bosch catalogue, 3D objects such as your vases, magazines and your stools, and we've also included some lighting. To get some better renders, use the photorealism icon, which is the solid camera at the top there, or you could also use the real-time photorealism perspective. It doesn't give you high quality renders like your photorealism, but it is an easy way to improve your drawings very quickly. As you can see, there's more shadow that's being produced and lighting is reflecting from the walls there. It doesn't have that flat look like you get with your realistic drawing perspective. Before clicking the photorealism icon, I would get the angle that I want, because it does take a while to produce the render, and the more iterations you have, the longer it takes to produce the better quality images. So if you needed to escape from the photorealistic image, you simply press escape on the keyboard and it should return back to the 3D view. So we'll just click on the photorealism icon. Having no walls does give a better render because there's more natural light in the job, so I wouldn't recommend removing the walls but just to hide them. If you like to keep the walls, I would add plenty of windows to get as much natural light as you can, and add downlights to the job so the lighting reflects off the walls. As you can see, the tone mapping box pops up and you can adjust the exposure, gamma and saturation. Keep in mind, you don't want to play with the settings too much. You don't want to present a kitchen in a color that we don't sell and give the client false ideas. If you close the box by accident and need to readjust the settings again, don't touch the drawing itself, but go into the view, tone mapping, and the box should pop up again. You can also adjust the photorealism settings. So if you go to scene, photorealism, you can adjust the settings here. I wouldn't recommend changing the settings of the background and edges, but would only suggest adjusting the number of iterations to speed up the process, or put as many iterations as you want, which will take longer to produce but will give better quality images. Looking at the rendered drawing, you can see that the cabinetry joints become clearer and sharper and less jagged than in your 3D perspective. I'll just go back to that. We'll do an example of what a rendered drawing will look like with all your walls and ceilings in place. So if we go back into your floor plan view and show the walls as well as the ceiling, and then hop back into your 3D view. I don't mind that angle, so I'm just going to click Photorealism. And you can see at the bottom here, the bottom left hand corner, it says calculating photorealistic image, please escape to abort, iteration number 3, duration 3 seconds by 9 seconds. So I believe we set the iteration to 17, so it's nearly halfway there. And you can tell while it's generating the render that the shadows are now producing because of the downlights reflecting off the walls, and the cabinetry is becoming clearer and sharper. So as the amount of iterations it's completing, the clearer the image is becoming. And then the tone mapping box will come up and we can adjust if we need to. And then click OK. You can also adjust your lighting settings. So if you go to your scene lighting, what we found that works best in our settings was to have it on natural lighting, intensity about 50. We've clicked on sunny weather and we made that around 40%. With artificial light, depending on the direction of where you're taking your rendered drawings, it will affect the artificial light. So at the moment point light is fine, but we found that spotlight was also great, and having it on automatic, and then OK. Because we've adjusted the settings, it will recalculate the photorealism image and render it again. If there are any settings that you would like to keep, you can save that in your master. It will speed up the process for you for next time. However, keep in mind that every job will be slightly different. So depending on whether you have walls, ceilings, how many windows, downlights, and the angle of your render drawings, it all affects the shadows and how will your render drawings come out in the end. It can be a lengthy process, however the end results are beneficial and you may win the end sale. You can also save your favorites objects in your master as well. We have saved a template for you that has some prompts on the side, such as your Bosch dishwasher, your Silas Stone or your Caesar Stone benchtop, depending on which brand you are, as well as some 3D objects. Hopefully you can take away some useful tips and can implement some of these tools to improve your realistic drawings.